If you're somebody who's spending hours writing the emails, writing the sales pages, and tweaking your website for the 47th time, and you still aren't getting the results you want, aka you're not making as much money as you want or signing the clients that you want to be signing, then this episode is for you. I'm going to break down the 3 most common reasons I see for why copy doesn't convert. Welcome back to another episode of the Cozypreneur podcast. If this is your first time listening, Cozypreneur is all about helping you make money and work with the dreamiest of clients. So grab your beverage, get your cozy socks on, and let's dive in. So here we go. The first one is focusing too much on the deliverables and not the benefits. So the deliverables are what's included in your offer. So when you think about exactly what's going to go in your contract, that list of everything that you are going to deliver, whether it's a service or a course or whatever it is, those are your deliverables. And then you have the benefits. And the benefits are, why are you including each of those deliverables? How do they actually help your dream clients get the results that they are looking for? And so what I actually see, especially with newer business owners, is focusing so much on what's included instead of focusing on why those deliverables are actually there. And the thing is, there's different people in your audience. So you're going to have some details people. And those details people, they're going to want to know exactly what's included, right? They're going to want to know what time the calls are, how long the calls are, exactly what's in every single module. But you also have other people in your audience, and those other people, they don't necessarily care about the details. They care more about, can this person get me to where I want to go? So they have an end goal in mind. How does your offer or your service actually get them from point A to point B? And that's what they want to know. So they don't care about when the calls are. They just care about, are you going to help me reach my goal? And so one of the ways that you can plan your offer and you can plan your marketing around your offer and how you talk about your offer is really starting with backwards planning. So this is an idea that it really comes from curriculum design, but you can also apply it here. So with backwards planning, you're starting with the big promise. So what is it that people are getting from your offer? What is the one main thing that they are going to be able to achieve after purchasing your service or after purchasing your offer? And then think backwards. Go to each deliverable and think about, how does that specific deliverable help them achieve that result that they want, and really break it down. And so what it could look like is, if you are somebody who sells social media templates, what is the point of the social media templates? It's so that you don't spend hours creating content and you can just check it off your list and get it done really quick. And so, yes, you could show up and say, hey, buy these social media templates, but it's a lot more powerful when you say, hey, what if creating content didn't take templates? But it's a lot more powerful when you say, hey, what if creating content didn't take you all day? And what if you could get it done in an hour? And this is how you're going to get it done. It's with these social media templates. And so reframing it in that way, by really focusing on the benefits, is really going to help your people see, like, okay, like, this is the right offer for me. This is how it's going to help me. So the second piece that I see is jumping straight to your offer. And the reason that this doesn't work is because it doesn't give your people a chance to know why they should choose you and why they should choose this offer. Because essentially, when people are buying, there's a process that they need to go to build know, like, and trust. And I feel like know, like, and trust has become a little bit of a buzzword in the online space. Like, you need to build know, like, and trust. But really, what does that mean? It means, can they trust you to deliver on what you say you're going to deliver? Do they know you enough and like you enough to buy from you? Can they relate to you as a person? And those are the pieces that really need to come first before somebody is going to feel comfortable buying from you. And one thing to consider is that you are going to have people that they find you on Instagram, They click the link in your bio, they read through your offers, they shoot you a DM, they say, okay, I'm ready to work with you. But then you're going to have people who they are literally going to be in your community for 2 years, watching every single story that you post, opening up every single one of your emails, and they are still not going to be ready to buy from you. And that's okay. You have people that sometimes they do need a really long time of really getting to know you and seeing you as the expert and realizing like, okay, I can't trust this person. I see that this person has helped other people get results. And so maybe they can help me get results too. And so that trust piece, it really, really comes first before you can start talking about your offer. And so that's also where like the deliverables and the benefits come in, because if you're just talking about the deliverables, you're not building that trust because you're not showing how those deliverables are actually going to help them. And so how do you actually build that trust? Basically, what you want to do is break down what their experience looks like. So what is going on in their life? Why are they experiencing it? What does it look like? And really painting a picture that like, okay, you get what they're going through and validate their experiences. So that's the first piece. The second piece is creating that urgency for them. So why does this problem matter? And why is now the time to solve it? So like, yeah, they could live their whole lives having this problem, or they could make a change, right? And your offer is going to help them make that change. And so talking about why your life would actually improve if you solve this problem, and why you shouldn't wait 6 months from now, and why now is the right time to make this choice. And so having those types of conversations is also going to help build that urgency, build that trust, show you as the expert and the authority. Then you want to talk about what is it that they want, right? And so that's really thinking about the big promise of your offer. How does your offer get them to where they want to go? When you show them that you know what it is that they want, they are going to say like, okay, this person gets me, this person understands my goals, and they're going to see you as a person who can help them get to those goals. So after you break down their problems, why those problems matter, and what it is that they want, that's going to validate them. That's going to build trust with them. They see that you understand them. They feel like you're listening to them. They're seen, they're understood, and that's what's going to build trust. So that is why you shouldn't jump straight into talking about your offer. Really building in all of those pieces is going to help you make more sales through your copy. The other piece of that is people who never talk about your offer. And when I say never talk about it, I mean, if you send one email about your offer, or if you show up on social media and talk about your offer that is not enough time to build that trust, to build that feeling of validation and understanding. You need time to build that trust, and you need multiple touch points. So the more you show up on socials, the more you write the emails, if you put out ads, the more exposure people are having to you, the more likely they're going to want to buy from you. And no, you are not being annoying. You need to talk about your offer. And so, like I said before, there's going to be people in your audience who they need to see it 3 times and they're good. They're ready to click checkout. They don't even need to have a conversation with you. But there's going to be other people in your audience. They're going to need to see it 50 times. They're going to need to see it 50 times. They're going to need to have a conversation with you. They're going to need to get all their questions answered. And that's okay. It just means that you need to show up and talk about your offer multiple times, because people need to see it multiple times before they're ready to make a decision about whether or not your offer is a good fit for them. The last piece that I really see, and I have seen launches completely flop because of this, is over relying on copy. So copywriting doesn't exist in a silo, right? So when you're writing your emails, when you write your website, this exists as part of your funnel. And at the top of your funnel, you have visibility and lead generation. So how are people finding you? If you don't have a way for people to find you, if you don't have a way for getting in front of new people, people are not going to buy your offer because they don't know you exist. And so part of having a marketing funnel is consistently bringing in new people, whether that is running ads, whether that's networking, hopping on coffee chats with people, whether that's social media. There's lots of ways that you can continue building your network, building up your audience. And that's going to be a huge part of actually making sure that your copywriting works, because that means you have actually people who are reading your copy. The other side of this is at the bottom of your funnel, you need to close sales. So yes, we talked about the people who they're going to buy straight from your email. They're going to buy straight from your social media links. But you have other people, they are going to want to have that conversation. And part of your marketing funnel at the bottom is closing sales. And so you need to know how to have that conversation, how to close the sales, whether you're hopping on a sales call, whether you're closing it in the DMs, but just being able to have those conversations to close the sale and to actually make sure that the people who are buying from you, they feel confident that it is the right fit, and you feel confident that you can actually help them. And so a lot of the times those sales conversations are actually really important. And the other piece about sales conversations too is that they can inform your copy. So when you are having these sales conversations, if you see that the same kind of things are coming up over and over again, you can start to add some of that into your copy. Like, for example, I had somebody recently who said, I keep having these people who are more entry level, but what I do is very specialized. And I said, well, what if we add some copy to your service page that really talks about how to know that this is the right fit for you? And so really breaking it down for them so that they can start to make the decision before they even get on that sales call. Copywriting and sales and marketing and lead generation, all of this, it all works together. And you really need all of it in a holistic approach to make it work. So even if you have the best copy in the world, it's only going to be one piece of it. And you really do need those other pieces to make everything work together, bring you sales. It's like a well-oiled machine, right? Like you need to keep it running, you need to keep it going. And if one part is broken, it's going to affect the other parts. And so that is really where you need to like zoom out and see, where is it? Is it the copywriting, or is it actually a different part of your marketing, like the visibility or like the sales? So those are the main things that I see when people say their copy isn't converting. And if you are wondering what's going on with your copy, definitely focusing on the deliverables, building that trust with your audience, and making sure your marketing is more than just emails that talk about your offer. So the last piece that I will leave you with is sometimes writing all of the copy that you need, building these funnels, building these email automations, writing your website, it can feel super overwhelming. So take it in pieces. Figure out what part is the most important and build your marketing in layers. Build it a little bit at a time. And once you start building it, you start to be able to repurpose something that you used here and reuse it here, and you start to tweak it, and it becomes easier. It is a little bit hard at the beginning because there's so much writing in business. You don't realize how much writing there is in business until you jump into it. But just know that you don't have to have it all right away. You can build it over time. And if you are somebody who wants support in writing high converting copy, check out Copy Classroom. So that is all about supporting you making more money through high converting copy. I will link it in the show notes below, and I'll see you at the next episode. That's a wrap on today's episode. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to rate and leave a review on your preferred listening platform. If you haven't, make sure you subscribe for weekly episodes about how to make money and work with the dreamiest of clients without having to get dressed in the morning. Make sure to check out the show notes down below, and I'll see you in the next episode.